Oh my god. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Bicycle
I
said,
thought I
let's do
pressed the
day
unmute
one.
button on Jocelyn. Haha, I'm so sorry, guys.
Been muted the whole time.
We're
Fine, I know what it's
sorry,
like.
we were just saying how Saturn's in retrograde, and I need you to explain that, because I'm not an astrologist.
Guys, I think I saw her too much in person for the last 2 weeks. I think she's done with me. Okay. I know how it is. No, I know how it is. You don't want to hear me anymore. Fine. Fine. I know what I'm not wanted. I'm going to go.
I could hear you just fine. Apparently, nobody else needs to hear you.
That's probably true. When Aaron and Diana were over and we were organizing my apartment, I said, thankfully, Saturn will be out of retrograde in the early part of 2025, which caused both of them to look at me funny because neither one of them believes in astrology. And while I do, I understand others don't. I'm like, however, I feel like we could all just blame a really big celestial body for having to deal with a lot of garbage as Pisces for the last 2 years. Because it's been that way for Saturn's been in Pisces for 2 years, mucking things up. And the three of us are all Pisces. And they were like, yeah, no, it's cool. We'll blame a celestial body for the woe. So I'm like, I'm comfortable doing this.
Absolutely.
Punching microphones. It's a thing.
Yeah.
No, I decided to start the new year off at day one of a cycle.
Awesome.
Cool. So I'm tired from staying out too late and my period started. Okay, cool. Sweet. Thanks, buddy. Because
we're doing great. We're off to a fantastic start.
It's wonderful. And as women, we're starting to talk more about premenopause and like the lead up to the day. My cycles are weird. They're weird now, so it's fine. Whatever. If I'm having another weird one. That's normal for me now. I don't like it. It's not fun, and that's not how I wanted to start the first day of the flipping new year. Like day 2, cool, whatever. But I wanted like a day. I didn't even get a day.
You don't get a day.
I don't get a day. Okay, cool. Thanks, buddy. Shall we do an episode? What number are we?
I
have questions.
Believe this is 405, says the title. And I typed these all out back before I left, so I think it's actually correct. Because if I'd done it today, it would not be correct.
No. Come on now. I released the program schedule, and I wrote January the 6th, not January the 5th. Susanna caught the mistake.
Saturn's still in retrograde for a while, so we have excuses.
Listen, it's a problem for me when Saturn's moving around in my sign, and I acknowledge this. Also, I'm human. Just mistakes are going to happen. It's just how it works. If it's English and we've caught all the thes, so they're THE, not TH, I'm doing great. Doing great, and I am not a grammar person. I am not a language person. I am not a stickler for things. I'm very much more go with the flow. So like I'll see a typo and I just move on with my day. Like it's not a thing for me. I have friends for whom it is a thing. And for friends I have that for whom it is a thing and it's a very large thing and has been a very large thing since high school. I on purpose misspell things because I know it drives her nuts. Her husband thinks I'm a jerk. I mean, to be fair, he does the same thing. So we're both jerks.
Friendly jerks.
And she knows we're doing it on purpose because she knows we know how to spell the word. Love her. Okay. So let us begin. Welcome to the Northern Knits Podcast. We're two friends in fiber who knit, craft, crochet, and talk everything in between. My name is Jocelyn and my co-host is
Diana.
We're safely ensconced back in our own spaces, chilling through a screen, which is good because I've gotten used to looking at you, so when you're like beside me, it weirds me out.
It is, yeah. It's weird.
Because I want to turn and look at you because I'm accustomed to seeing you now. Whereas when we first started doing this on the screen, it was weird because I was used to you beside me, not in front of me. So I've done like a little flippy flip situation.
Yep. I missed my cozy chair.
That. Well, I'm sorry. I gave you the chairs I had.
But it's sized for you, and I was too short.
It's a little high.
My legs were just like swinging in the air.
It's. I mean, I'm
not
tall.
that short. It wasn't actually that bad. It was just like I can't get my feet flat on the floor. I can only get my toes on the floor. It was just a little weird.
It was better when we switched to the computer chair, which we could just lower. You seemed more comfortable then.
Yeah, I felt less like I was about to fall out the chair.
Yeah, that's fair. That's how that works. You've been home for exactly, 12, 14 hours?
Got home about 5
Hi,
yesterday, and
Phaedra.
it's, yeah, been home about 20 hours. Most of those have been asleep.
The cat says hi.
Hi, Phaedra.
I have been doing lots of stuff for crafting, so I suspect I'm going first in lots. You have kibble. We have this conversation every day, midday. You need to eat your space food first. Astronaut food first, wet food for dinner.
Suzanne is asking if I got home with everything. Yes, by virtue of the fact that we anticipated this, and both of us brought half-empty large suitcases and carry-ons and backpacks, we were just barely able to fit everything in. And by virtue of the fact that yarn is squishy, there was much squishing. And I had to do a little bit of last minute repacking at the airport because my bag was like 1.5 pounds overweight. So I just moved those knitting books that I took from you. Had to go in my carry-on instead of my check bag.
Well, you took them.
Yes, I did it to myself. So books had to go in the carry-on bag.
They were gifted. You were like, "Oh, do you read these?" And I said, "I can't see print." She's like, "Oh, I'm taking them." I'm like, "Absolutely."
But I don't know.
I'm waiting to see if she jumps up on my.
They were in the room of things to go away, so I made them go away.
So when we moved everything around, I have to call something for the spare room now, and spare room sounds very blasé. So it is the room where things go to die. Because drama, gravitas, you know? No, eat your kibble. Every day we have this argument at noon. Are you going to get tired of it? It's like 8 years running now. No? Okay, cool. She may attack me at some point. And everything is very precariously stacked around here. I have been home alone for a while. And many things have started. So I have many things to talk about. Of the knitting and crochet variety. Point of order, I will do a video on the cast-ons that I'm doing to celebrate medieval Christmas, like the feast days, like the 12 days after Christmas to Epiphany. Mm-hmm. I am not going to cover every single thing I've casted on here. I will only talk about the things that I have been continuously working on because we don't want to sit here for 13 new whips as of tomorrow. Plus check-in plus grand. Yeah, we're not doing that. So I'm going to do that video separately.
I have 2 things that aren't whip it or rip it. So
I'm going. Like I said, I'm going for a while. Because I'm going for a while. So that's where we're at. I can't remember, so I'll talk about it real quick. If I talked about finishing the thumb on my mom's mittens. Just one thumb. I still have to do the other thumb. I know my mom's watching. She's like, finish my mittens. They're not done yet. Mostly because I looked at the second thumb. I was like, if I have to work on these stupid mittens one more freaking day, I'm going to lose my ever-loving mind. So I didn't do it. So I have one finished mitten. This is some worsted impeccable in chocolate brown and a variegated blue that I don't remember the name for, but it's really pretty. Really pretty. So I did that thumb while we were playing Flashpoint and Mimic Kings. I knitted a thumb because that's what I do when we game. I knit things. We're going to keep going rapid fire. I made some progress on my socks. I took them to New Year's Eve. So my buddy who lives in Thailand was in he comes to Canada for Christmas. So he was in Canada. So we get together New Year's Eve and we play board games and hang out with the Warhammer crew. I made a lot of sock progress.
Oh gosh.
I made a lot of sock progress. I'm almost half done a heel.
Oh my gosh, I ran away with one of your clippy stitch markers, I just realized.
That's fine. I got plenty. Don't worry about it. We're good. we're good. In this case, I use the clippy stitch markers to tell me where the bumps are for the pickup. When I do the second half of the heel, I've found that makes the heel much easier for me to do. So again, it's all about making my life easy. I mean, it's a little awkward because I've got all the clippy markers here on the end.
It's just decorations.
But, it makes pickup so much smoother. So much smoother. I'm not like, is that my bump? Is that not my bump? I know it's my bump because I stuck a clippy marker through it before it got a little stretched because of the weight of the sock and stuff, right? So I knit a bunch because I left the progress keeper in there. But again, I got to my friend's house at like just before 7, just after 7, and we didn't come home till after midnight. And I knit while we're visiting, and I knit while we're playing games, because I can't move things on boards anymore. I don't see well enough to do that. So I need to keep my hands busy, or I'll fall asleep. My hands aren't busy and I'm sitting, I'm going to take a nap. I'm just going to take a nap.
That doesn't always stop me. Sometimes I fully have a nap.
That's too bad. I had almost half of a Rattler. Yeah, I drank booze.
Whoa!
It took from 7:30 till after midnight, but I had almost half of a beer. And I say almost because I gave it back to A, because he poured some for me out in a mug. And I was like, I don't know if I can drink that much. He's like, yeah. He's like, drink till you can't anymore. He's like, I'll make it go. So I drank till I couldn't. And he was like, that has to go away now. And he's like, okay. Like, no more for Jocelyn. I can't. It was tasty. It was a blood orange Rattler. It was very.
Ooh.
The 1st of January came and went. Still casting on things. I'm going to save the big reveal for later. I'm going to try to talk quickly, and I mean try is the key word. Quickly about the Granny Square Challenge. So Louise and I are, I guess, co-hosting a Granny Square Challenge. Louise is learning to knit, so she's doing the 3 knit, crochet. Louise has knitted for years and teaches. Oh my God, use the right words, Joss. Louise is learning to crochet. So she's attempting the 365 Granny Square Challenge from Yarn Utopia, which you and I have done.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I learned to crochet. Oh, did I freeze or did you freeze?
No, I'm just very still. Yep.
Working on the
Chat has lots of things
part.
to say, so.
Well, you can read it to me instead of just reading it to yourself. Rude.
Melanie says, fruit does not belong in beer. I'm willing to die on this hill.
That's fair. I worked at a beer store. I'm done with hops. I'm done with hops. I would like fruity fun beers. I don't need to prove my masculinity.
Melanie definitely doesn't want to hear about the raspberry ginger sour that I really enjoyed.
Nope, she probably doesn't. I'm fine. I'm fine with fruity beers. But the overly hopped, gross ones can go bite me. I'm not interested. I'm not interested.
Also wants to see the knitting books that I stole from you. I'll post them maybe. They're not in this room right now. They're still in the suitcase.
Maybe.
I've unpacked the bare minimum required for functioning. I have not fully unpacked yet.
Oh, I suspect that's a later today issue.
Yeah, that's probably a tomorrow when I do laundry issue.
That's fair. Sometimes that happens.
I'll show off the books eventually. Melanie was talking about the absolute joy of using a running stitch to track rows.
Yes, you absolutely could use a running stitch. That would actually be a very good way to.
Karen was saying the look on the faces of non-knitters when they look at your project full of stitch markers and think they're going to stay in there.
Oh God, yeah. Hey, the best part is you don't explain it to those people. You don't clarify
it.
No,
and they still don't
clarify it. Just leave them in their mysteries.
My explanations apparently don't work. Like trying to explain how the stitch marker is on the needle in between the stitches. It's not actually strung onto the yarn, and they don't get it.
They don't get it. It's fine. Get it. They just look at me and I go, knitting is magic. Don't worry about it. You are not classed for this spell level casting ability, but don't worry about it. If you level up, you can access level 3 stitch marker use. It's okay. Just got to get to level 5. You'll get there. Trust me. I know it seems like a slog. Level 1 always is. But you will get there. I spend a lot of time with people who like board games and D&D.
Fruity drinks are fine, just not beer. Beer mixed with Sprite is the perfect summer drink.
No. I just vote
It'd have to be the right kind of beer. I feel like Guinness is not the beer you want to do that with.
That would be
like a lager or something?
Maybe. But again, I can have maybe half of a Rattler, which is like maybe half a glass, over 4 hours. It's not like I'm going to start drinking beer.
No.
I do have the occasional non-alcoholic beer, And that's quite enjoyable. There's some good brands of that. And I want to go to I think it's in Vancouver. No, it's in Alberta, in Edmonton. There's a zero proof bar. I think it's in Alberta. Nothing but mocktails. They just do mocktails. That's it. No booze. Booze-free booze. Fancy drinks. No booze.
Karen says Radler is beer mixed with Sprite.
Probably, yeah. I don't know. He drinks some of the fruity seasonal ones, and I occasionally like them, and he lets me sample because he knows that's really all I want. 9 times out of 10, I'm happy to have a small shot glass sample. I'm not
like a flight.
I remember. Yeah, I remember working at the beer store, and I know what beer tastes like. I enjoy a fair bit of it. I don't enjoy the hop heavy stuff. Never have. Probably never will. Smells great. Tastes awful.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of hops.
Same way as I love the smell of whiskey. No, thank you. Smells great. Tastes bad.
Whiskey's great. What are you talking about?
Listen, when I drank it was tequila, so it's not like I have any stomach.
Yeah, tequila. Pooh, tequila.
Oh yeah, like a pro. It was good.
Ugh. All right. No, tequila's the thing that's going to trash me the fastest.
It was Zambuca for me. Thank you. What was I talking about? We were talking about granny squares. Louise is learning granny squares. I already know how to make all the granny squares because I did the challenge before. So I am crocheting an hour every day in solidarity. I am cheerleading everybody on. And I am using this self-imposed hour every day. Minimum. I can go over, but the minimum is an hour. To get some blankets done. Oh my
all
God,
caps.
So much. I have so much blanket work this year. I was going to start with the advent calendar minis that I had, and then I discovered a bag of acrylic minis that were down to the last 20-ish grams or so. So I was like, nah, let's do those first. Mostly because it looks like wildly impressive progress, and because I am not going to want worsted weight anything on my lap later this year, where I'm more likely to be okay crocheting small squares in the summer because it's not on my lap. Yeah. So I'm making some squares, and we're day 5? I haven't posted the picture yet for day 4. But here's day 1, 2, and 3.
Cute.
Now, the tweed squares already existed, guys. They're just the colored squares. The colored squares and the connecting I'm done. The tweed colored squares were already there. I'm gonna buy more tweed as I go. Mostly because it's acrylic, it's impeccable. Or not impeccable, it's acrylic burnout premium, and it's literally called tweed. It's their Aran tweed. It's their neutral. And I'm not going to care with a commercial yarn if my lots don't match over the course of a big bedspread. Big bedspread. February, people. I'm looking forward to February. So that's fine. I'm also make big squares and seam the big squares together so that I can play with the color placements a little bit. So I've got some where I'm going to have multiples of the same color, and then I'll have big squares that just have singles, 2 of one colors, because I've got different amounts of scraps, right? So I'm going to do 2 more rows, and then this square, as far as I'm concerned, is done until I'm ready to seam them together. So I'm going to make some big squares. Big squares, and then I will seam them together once all of the big squares are done. So in theory,
Saturn's going to get out of the way in time for Sock Madness.
It sure is. I'm still not doing Sock Madness, but for everybody else, when Saturn's getting out of the madness, yeah, just to make our lives easier. So,
and Melanie was saying, if you take a jar of maraschino cherries, drain the juice from the jar and fill it with sambuca, and then just let it sit for a week. Apparently, that's quite good.
No, but that's fine. My family still makes fun. I'm not doing that.
You cut out there for a second.
My family still makes fun of me for the last time I drank sambuca. No. So does the friend with the grammar Nazi issues. She's the one who fed it to me. To be fair, I got her back. I made her take tequila. Paid? Both paid. But neither one of us will drink the other's favorite drink. No. Just no. Buckets of no. All right, now, Jocelyn, surely you must be done. Nope. I have 1, 2, 3, a check-in. Oh, well, 1, 2, a check-in, 3, and then whip it or rip it.
Goodness.
Keep going? Okay.
Yeah, keep going. I realized
That's
I
what
have
I
a third
heard.
thing. I finished a thing and gifted it, so I have a third thing.
Oh, good. So when I get down to 3 things, stop and we'll alternate?
Sure.
Sure? Okay. Susanna gave us yarn. Susanna gave us yarn and I was at so I cast it on. Here's my back panel.
Ooh. Love that.
In that beautiful green, brown anniversary cake from Yarn Inspirations. Karen anniversary cake. The kilogram of yarn got each. This is the back panel. I've changed what I want to do with this, but I'm adapting as it is just double crochets with chain 1 spaces because it's a bulky yarn, so I want it to breathe. But it occurs to me, I love wearing my tights all the time, and tights are not pants. Tights, leggings are not pants. Leggings are not pants. I am old enough that leggings are not pants. I do not need to flash my posterior at anybody. Nobody needs to see through my pants, and leggings are see through unless they're like jeggings, because those are thick enough that they're pretty much blue jeans anyway.
Oh, I miss jeggings.
They're blue
jeans.
So
comfy.
Jeggings are blue jeans that don't pretend they don't have spandex. Where jeans pretend they don't have spandex. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I changed my mind, and I realized as I was going through this beautiful cake, making this mesh fabric that I like to make, that if I just made it tunic length, so tops of my thighs, like mini dress length, I could just put it on over top of my tank tops and leggings and wear it around the apartment in the winter, and I wouldn't get too warm.
Okay.
So we changed our minds. So I made it longer. And I'm making the front panel wider than the back panel, so the seam will sit at my back shoulders, which is fine. And I'm going up to my, so this is just to my under boob, so that I've got the right length. And then I'm going to connect it in the round and do shaping, so it's a bit of a V-neck. And then I'll do sleeves. So I'm making myself essentially, I'm making a tunic dress. I'm essentially making a tunic dress to wear over tank tops and things so that I don't have to put on real clothes in the winter. If I want to have a PJ day and yet still be kind of like put together, I can have like a PJ relaxed legging day where I'm not leaving the apartment, but still feel like I've put on clothes, because some days pants
are overrated.
Now, like, will this ever leave the apartment? No, it's meant to go over when I'm sitting at home in my yogas and stuff, and I don't want to leave the house. But oh my god, this yarn is so nice to work. Oh, nice to work in. Pedro loves it.
It is. Oh, I'm sure she does. It's very pretty.
Oh my god, it's gonna look so pretty, and it's gonna be so comfy, and I'm so excited.
Nice together.
Oh my god, so good. So I think I'm gonna do like a V-neck or a scoop neck situation on the front. And I'll probably do kind of like a loose, almost bell sleeve, and then I'll do a really tight cuff so that it cinches in real nice. But for the moment, I have a back panel. And technically not even a full back panel. I have a down back skirt section that I have to now heavily modify to make it flare at the bottom and cinch in at the top. Like, I've done myself a dirty. It's gonna involve math. I'm gonna be grumpy, but I really don't want to rip, so I'm going to make it work. It's gonna be hodgepodged, but I don't care. It's for me and it's for home. And if I really enjoy the pattern enough, I will take the measurements and the math and make a solid version in a smaller weight yarn that I would wear out of the house. And then that would be something I would. All right. You said you had 3 things. I have a 1, 2, check in, whip it or rip it. I'm down to 3.
Okay.
I've probably forgotten something, but whatever. We'll talk about it next week. So much talking. Oh yeah.
Okay, hang on. I need to find a photo of the thing that I've already gifted.
Hey chat, how's it going? I've got a lot of things on the go.
Okay.
No, like I do.
If you're not on the Patreon Discord, you have not seen this picture wherein I finished my mom's hooded cowl. Yay!
Which is good.
So
Good,
that
means you got
is
to gift
done
it.
and gifted and stayed behind in Manitoba.
Which is good because we're minus 40-ish with the wind chill right now.
Yeah, so that's like a wool alpaca blend. Acrylic wool alpaca blend. So it's very cozy. And the cowl part is double thick, and then the hood comes up over top of that, so it should all be very nice and cozy.
Cozy's the name of the game right now. She's brisk outside. We have
Yeah.
those weather warnings. Weather warning!
So that occurred. And I'll just quickly whip through one more thing, because why not?
Sure.
I picked up a sock while we were recording. Yay! I'm going to do two boring things at once. Yay! But, you know, that's how much I got done since we've just been sitting here since the episode started.
That's a lot.
Yeah, like that's like a good finger width for sure.
Keep puttering away with the sock every time you sit down to do stuff.
Keep socking along.
Just done a sock.
Okay, there's two of my three things. The third thing is actually interesting, I promise.
I've doing all these cast-ons.
It's a cast-on. I cast on a thing. I'm so excited.
You're stoked?
I'm so stoked. I got to do something new.
So I casted on our blanket on first. Because blankie.
Me too.
I need a blankie.
Except I did it yesterday.
This is the Pebble Path. This is more Karen Cake Anniversary yarn. I am not moving this yarn in this format. It will be in a different format. So I need to get it done. I mean, I'll still be moving just as much yarn, but it'll be a blanket, and that'll make me feel better. But I opted to do corner to corner, and I'm going to do 40-inch squares, and then I'm going to seam those squares together. Again, it's a bulky weight yarn. I don't want this on my lap for extended periods of time. There's no way I'd be working on half a blanket later this year. Like if I put this down for a while and I pick it up again, like there's no way I'd pick it up in the summer. So just trying to structure things so that future Jocelyn look at past Jocelyn and go, what were you thinking?
Mm-hmm.
Woman? So I started my first large square. I know I got a pumpkin stitch marker there, but like look at those colors.
Oh, that's great.
Isn't that working out wonderful? Oh, I'm so happy. And
just
again,
doing a corner-to-corner situation?
I'm doing a corner-to-corner situation. I'm making a bunch of squares, big squares, and then I'm going to seam the big squares together. And if I've got enough yarn, I will border in the same color. If I do not, I will go buy some light worsted, hold it double in a neutral color, and make a neutral colored border. I'll figure that out later. I'm also going to have matching pillow thingies, because of course I'm going to have matching pillows. Who I am. So I'm doing that. Oh, my nose today. But I cast that on the first. I didn't work on it for very long because holy snickerdoodle stuff worked. I was sitting there, I was like, I'll just put in like a couple of minutes. It'll be fine. I don't know how many minutes I ended up putting in the end, but it was a lot. It wasn't a lot. I'm doing a chain of 5 instead of chain of 6 for my corner to corner. It creates a slightly denser fabric because the space isn't as large because you're essentially one chain shorter in your space sections. So it sort of cinches it up a little more. So it's got a bit more of a solid look to it, which I like better than the 6 chain corner to corner look. But that's it, guys. It's to celebrate 8 years of podcasting.
Well, this allows me to segue into... I also cast it on yesterday, finally, because it's a kilogram of yarn. I wasn't about to put that in my suitcase. The other kilogram of yarn I had to bring back wouldn't have fit otherwise.
Yeah, no. That would have been bad.
So
also,
I'm also
with what time? You have no time when you visit. There's no time.
No, that's true. So I'm also doing it out of Karen Cakes. I have 2 of these brown and beige ones. It's got a little bit of gray, a little bit of a reddish brown. Birch bark is this colorway. And I'm so excited. I I bought this wooden crochet hook back in like September at the KW Knitters Fair.
But we already had the yarn at that point.
I know, like I've been planning this project for months. I'm eating fiber. Nah. Oh God,
How?
why? Where is? I don't know. Where is it? Nah. Oh no, it's still there. Ah.
Like you sat next to the here. Much trouble. And I do mean right next to it. It's not an extension. I've hit bookcase.
Anyway, this gorgeous hook. I have been so excited
It's
to use
such a
this
pretty
hook, so
hook.
I've finally able to use
Such a
this
pretty
hook. I don't actually remember what size of hook I bought. I think it's either an 8 or a 10 millimeter. I don't know if it's a size 8 or an 8 millimeter that I bought.
Oh, jeez.
It's been that long. I mean, I could stick it in a needle gauge and find out, but I did not do that. What I did do was start the study of snow blanket. I had to leave myself
Study
a really
of
long
snow.
tail because the yarn started at this white part, and by the time I'd done the first round, there was like one little shell cluster of white, and then it went into the brown, and I'm like, no, that's gonna bother me. So I ripped it out and started again.
No. That's fine.
So now it starts brown and then goes out to the beige. So I finished row 4, I think. It's a free pattern. It's Study of Snow from Mikey of the Crochet Crowd. There we go. I got there in the end.
I was like, did you need rescue? Nope, she's good.
So far it's double crochet clusters, half double crochets, and single crochets. Sorry, there was some half double crochet, some back post half double crochet to get this line here. But now I'm about to do puff stitches, so it's about to get a lot more interesting.
I love a puff stitch.
But it's so smooshy. It's so smooshy.
Like the crochet crowd, like they do amazing blankets.
I'm so excited.
Amazing blankets. They're
This is
so
gonna be
good.
that coziest blanket.
Don't get me wrong. If I didn't have a cat, I too would be doing that. But could you imagine Phaedra and all that texture? She would just squish it flat, people. She would lay on it and lick it till it was flat and felt it.
It's acrylic, it shouldn't even felt, but yes, she would somehow make it felt.
I have given up trying to understand how this cat does things. She just does. It would go wrong. So I'm like, nope. Since I want to make it a bedspread, it needs to be something that'll survive a cat.
No, my text is backwards. Look at that.
Yeah, that's fine. I didn't do it.
Oh well. It's because Discord doesn't have the ability to unmirror my video.
Mm,
And I didn't feel like fixing it on the streaming software.
that's fine. So no, I'm very excited. Oh, we're gonna celebrate this year. We're both gonna have blankets. Okay, I'm jealous of that hook.
It's so pretty.
It's the moment I can get, my grubby little hands on an ergonomic 8 millimeter wooden crochet hook. I'm doing it.
I have to say the hook style is that flatter style that I'm not used to. I'm used to the more rounded one. I don't have an example, but you know, there's like the more like bulbous rounded style of crochet hook, and then there's like the flatter style. That one's the flatter style, and I'm less familiar with it, and it's a little bit different to use, and I haven't decided if I like it.
That's fair.
I don't hate it, but it is different, and that makes it just ever so slightly annoying just because I'm not used to it.
Okay, so you need to work with it enough so that it's no longer new before you decide if you like it or not.
I literally, that was like half an hour, maybe 45 minutes yesterday.
It's going to grow really fast in the beginning, and then it'll grow as the rows start taking like an hour.
Yeah, but I'm really looking forward to figure out what the pattern is, and then just do that all the way across.
Just do that.
Chain 2 for the corner. Do it all the way across. I'm so down for do it all the way across.
Oh yeah, no, that's the joy. That's the joy of a long crochet crowd. So like, here you go. This is your row. Now you're just going to do this for 4 sides. It doesn't matter how big the sides you're going to get. This is your repeat. So this row, you will be doing stitch the whole way around. So when they get up to like an hour, you can be like, no, I'm doing puff stitches, but like I'm at the point where it's going to cover most of a bed. So like I've got time. Let's put on an episode. I'm just doing puff stitches for the next hour. I know how to do a puff stitch now. We're good.
Yep, I'm going to learn how to do a puff stitch without looking by the end of this, I think.
Oh, I need to make more time for this blanket because I'm going to feel so good as these squares start to grow. It's so squishy. Like this yarn
Yeah,
is
like my plan for the rest of
stunning.
the day when we're done
So
here,
good.
I have so many hours of YouTube to watch. I'm going to turn on YouTube and I'm going to crochet a blanket.
Yeah, as you should. As you should. I have to post a photo for yesterday's granny squares, do today's granny squares, and then probably finish the project I'm going to talk about. Oh my god, it's been my thing this week. Do you remember how you had the cowl
The cowl?
that you did in a week?
Oh, yeah, the thing that grabbed me and wouldn't let go?
Yeah, I'm
I must
having one
make
of those
this?
situations.
Okay, what have you got that won't let you go?
I'm making a crocheted shawl. So poor Diana. She's got to learn to stop saying yes to me. It's like, hey, would you help me do some things? And she's like, yeah, of course I'll help you do something. She helped me move stuff around. She's helped me sort acrylic scraps
I
by
truly
color.
do not mind helping. I enjoy helping people.
I mean, I do believe in the adage that it is more enjoyable to go help a friend do something in their space than it is to do it in your own.
Oh, absolutely. It's
really
way more.
It is
It's way
totally a thing.
easier to like help somebody else clean their space than clean your own space.
Would love to just dive through the camera and help Diana clean up her face and throw away her yarn because it would bring me so much joy. But I can understand her, oh, God, I got to do this mentality because it's the thing I feel for stuff.
That's why we have live streams coming up where I'm going to do that.
It's true, we do. Guys, the program schedule, I think, is current after today. I will go double check those dates. Triple check those dates, actually. Diana's doing a couple of streams to get herself organized for the new year. One is exclusive to YouTube members. So if you're a YouTube member, you will get that stream. Will we release it publicly to YouTube at some point later? Yes, we just haven't figured out the interval for that, but we're talking time.
Sometime later.
The other one is for Patreon members only, and that is going to be Diana's.
Sorry, you cut out there for a second.
A ripping
stream, yes, for Patreon members.
You're ripping for Patreon members. So if you're a Patreon member, it will be on Patreon and it will be alive on Patreon. I'll be chilling and keeping Diana company. I do. And we will be cheering her on as she, gets rid of projects that are scheduled to be ripped.
You have no idea. There's a pile over there staring at me.
Ready to go?
Yeah.
In our budget video, I think I talked about life shawl. I've got it in my budget bundle. It's a free pattern. It was crocheted. It was lacy. It looked like fun. I wanted to do it, and then I set it aside. Didn't think about it. And then I'm casting on yarn, and I had a bunch of black and a bunch of antique gold color. And I was like, you know what? That would make an excellent Halloween shawl. But I wouldn't want anything too heavy at Halloween because it's still too warm. It's just too warm. But then I remembered that Oak of Life shawl. And I may have casted it on this week, and I might be on the lace edge border.
Wow. Okay. That looks gorgeous.
I have really enjoyed making the shawl.
What
now,
is
I
that
have to wash
stitch?
It's a puff stitch.
That's a puff? Wow, because it looks like it's sort of a diagonal cable braid thing going on.
It does. It's just
so
how
cool.
You create the triangle shawl. It's just how it works out. And it was so meditative. And I just kept, I was like, I'll just do one more repeat. I don't know. I don't know if it'll be big enough once it's washed and blocked because it is a free one size fits pattern. And boy, you have to read those instructions carefully because they are written stitch by stitch. And because I crochet enough now, I'll skip stitches. I messed myself up because I don't know how to read. Pattern's written fine, but it is in minute detail, which I'm not accustomed to anymore. So it gave me grief because the problem happened between the screen and the chair. But I'm down to the lace border, which is done in the gold color. But I did the establishing row lace border. So it's chain and puff stitches all the way out. So I'm going to have to wash and block bad boy to get it framed out. And then you go to and it's free so I can talk in detail about this, which is just freaking fun. Then you do a double crochet in my case, color A, which is the black. And then single crochet in the gold for a couple of rounds. And then I've just started putting in the chain spaces for the lace. Detailing, which is next. So we're 2/3 done, is what I'm trying to say. It's got a big lace Like I've still got a shawl to do. Like it's a huge lace, but it's all I want to work on. In fact, when as soon as I'm done my grinding squares for the day, I'm back to this. I'm back to this because I want it finished because I want to be able to see what it looks like. Very excited. Very excited. I also need to weave in the start end because geez. I tell you. But yeah, that's it. Me, my 5mm hook, and now 200 grams of black yarn done. And we're into the gold yarn. In scrap acrylic.
That is so pretty.
And I casted it on just after Christmas.
Yeah, that didn't exist when I was there the other day.
It didn't exist. No, because we sorted, I cast it on the day after we sorted the acrylic. It's existed for like 4 or 5 days now.
Yeah, so
all the other cast-ons I've been doing have literally, it's been setting up the edge, doing the cast-on first row, and then I'm putting it down and I'm back to the shawl.
Is right now that's where I want worsted weight, is the question.
Oh, yes. It is worsted. It's a number 4.
You know what? Perhaps I will... Okay, what was the name of that pattern link? I'm going to throw it in chat.
Oak of Life.
Oak of Life shawl. Oak of Life
guys,
shawl.
My nose.
Me and my yarn blog?
Yes, me and my yarn.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that is it. Oh, that's a heck of a lacy border.
Isn't that it's a serious lacy border.
All right, let me throw that in chat here.
Work left. I have a chunk of work left.
I'm going to look at that later.
Done.
That's pretty.
Yeah. It is stunning. It definitely took almost 200 full grams of the black. Because I do not have a lot left in the second ball of black. I do not have a ton. I have no idea how much of the gold it's going to take, but that's fine. I've got like 500 grams of antique gold floating around, so I'm not hurting for yardage. I'm good.
Yeah, I think you'll be fine on the gold.
I'll be fine on the gold, which is why I picked that shawl, for those colors for that shawl, because I was like, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm definitely got enough, so it's fine. I'm doing that. That's all I want to work about. Like, it's like if we didn't have to do a live today, that's what I'd be working on. I would have done my grinding squares.
That's me in this blanket. That's all I want to be doing right now. I would like to be doing it, in fact, right now, except I can't, do a puff stitch and hold a conversation at the same time.
Not yet.
I mean, I'm sure I could, but I'd be looking down a lot more.
Don't worry. By the time you get as many done as I have on the shawl, I was puff stitching and chatting in stream on Twitch without even thinking about it because I was so used to the motion. Then I tried to do a single crochet row. That was a problem.
The single crochet rows on this blanket, I had to pull out quite a few stitches because I started doing double crochets, and I'm like, no.
Crochets? Yep.
Nope, that's just it was only the first row. It was only the first row. I only had to do like 12 double crochets, but the rest of the blanket, I'm like, no, it's a double crochet. No, it's a single crochet.
Just the amount of times that I would yarn over, stick it in, pull the stitch up to start the puff and go, genius, you're doing a single crochet. It's none of that. Yeah, involved.
Right? Something about a double crochet, the rhythm of a double crochet.
Oh, for me, it's the half double crochet. I have to be very careful. A lot of my double crochets turn into half double crochets because I don't think about it because I'm the half double crochet and I'll just pull through both loops at the same time. And then I'm like, nope, that's a double crochet this time. Just a secondary yarn over it that you gotta worry about.
Like, listen to the rhythm of the double crochet it's like, I don't know, it's like a blues or a ska song or something.
It's just, you just get in the zone. And there's no thinking about it after a point. It's like knitting. And you have to knit, and you have to do that one random row, and you always mess it up. Oh my god. I have so much
is it time for Whip It or Rip It?
Almost. I
have an acquisition from Christmas. If we want to do that very briefly.
Well, yeah. You do that.
I gotta go.
Yeah, I gotta get my stuff for the check-in, and then we're at Whip.
All right. Well, I'll talk very briefly about my acquisitions. First of all, this beautiful project bag is all pink and flowery, and, what is it? My mom did a whole bunch of shop local, support small local artists and stuff for Christmas this year, which is fantastic. So this is from Burundi Love, Fair Trade Gifts. So it's got a little card on the inside about the lady who sewed this bag and her story and all that stuff. So that's cool. There's yarn in here too. But so the outside's like all pink and flowers, and then the inside is, because it's reversible, It's all like blue, leafy, wavy things. Blue, green, purple.
What? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but I kind of like the pink flowery side. And then it's just
Oh,
one
I
of
don't
those like
know.
knot bag style things where you just put the big handle through the small loop and
Yeah, that's
and then I
very
also got
cute.
some yarn from Michael's Yarn Market, local to the little town where I grew up. So there's a
Good.
non-zero chance that I actually know this person.
There's a non-zero chance.
There's a
There's a
very
very good
non-zero
chance.
chance. There's 4,000
There's a
people in
very
this town.
non-zero.
There's a non-zero chance
Yes.
that I know this person.
There's a distinct potential for that, dear.
So this is, colorway is Galactic, and it is superwash merino. It's blues and like a purpley red, like a wine red kind of thing, and it's sparkly. Ooh, hey, I accidentally matched my nail polish. Look at that.
I mean, good for you. I would not have done that on
But
my
it's
own, but
sparkly.
I like that. That's pretty. Okay, you need to make something with that. That cannot sit
Yeah,
on a
so I
shelf
got
and stare at us for
I
years
got
on
100
end.
grams of merino wool, nylon, and a bit of stellina. So I don't know what I'm making out of that, but I have it. Okay, that was my acquisition.
Excellent. So you guys might remember Diana gifted me a suggestively unclad male bag, and I love it. I love it so much. I love it so much that I immediately had to put things in it, and I'm going to show it off again. People, it's technically fine, and we're rated as not safe for children for a reason. Sometimes I swear.
It's a little PG-13.
It's a little PG-13, but it's cheeky and fun, so I want to show it off. Also, it's a very big tote. It's a Jocelyn project size tote. Like I could put a whole blanket in, and it'd be fine. While she was in San Francisco, she went to one of the yarn stores. I don't remember which one.
Firebird Yarns, I believe.
They have a whole line, and I've told her every time she goes to work in San Francisco, I require the next in the line because I need more mostly naked men crocheting and knitting in my life. I have put it under the magnifying glass on my camera, so yeah, I know what I'm looking at now. I investigated.
Yeah, he's
he's
only wearing
pretty.
Stockings.
Yes, he is.
It's
and
a very,
I appreciate a man.
very strategically placed yarn bowl.
It is, and I appreciate a man who can pull off a pair of stockings. Not everybody can. Not everybody can pull off stockings.
He was the only
but what
crocheter they had. The other ones were all knitting.
That's fine. What I did put in there was all of those yarn that I got when I reclaimed that shawl that I ripped. So if everybody remembers from the last month, the check-in, which me and Louise did on the 2nd, I pulled out 600 grams of worsted weight yarn, a bulky shawl. And because it was yarn held together, I technically had to rip it twice. So I had to rip it once to get it out of the shawl format. Then I had to unwind the worsted yarn held double to get the worsted weight yarn.
Yeah, too much work.
So 5+ hours later, I was done. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I was like, I know what I want to crochet. There's this hood. It's huge. It's dramatic, and I want it. And it'll work great with variegated yarn. It can just change colors whenever it changes colors. Totally fine, not a problem. Done in the round. Shouldn't be an issue to work up. It'll eat up a lot of the yarn. It'll make a nice big dramatic hood. It'll be in good neutral colors. Solid plan. Oh my god, I hate this pattern. I am now at the point where I refuse to let the pattern win against me. I am now rewriting the pattern as I go. Because I am so annoyed at how badly written this thing is.
Oh gosh.
Am I making it? Oh yes, yes I am. I'm making it flat instead of in the round so I can track the rows better. Because sometimes in the round I lose count and it feels like it's never going anywhere. But I'm almost down a good chunk of yardage for this pattern. But here we go. This is one row. When I mean dramatic hood, I mean dramatic hood.
That's going to be very dramatic. My goodness.
Very dramatic, very big. But the increases were written poorly, the instructions were written poorly, and I'm like, I'm never sharing the name of the pattern again. And just chat, if you remember, don't share it because it is the risk you take with a free. And I love the finished look, so I will recreate the finished look but I'm not going to talk about it in great detail because I'm doing a lot of the work. I am happy to do the work for a free pattern when it comes to math. I'm just not excited with how the instructions are written because this should be a beginner-friendly pattern. No stitch or increase in here should be so complex that it requires somebody with intermittent or higher knowledge to figure it out. And the fact that I have to sit there and think about it for a hot second, I can't autopilot this, means it's not a beginner-friendly pattern. That's it. Folded 4 times. Folded twice.
It's going to be massive.
This is going to have so much drama. It's so jostling. It's so, like, it'll be this huge cowl in the hood, and then I can just pop it up as a big hood. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. I'm so excited. I do need to get it finished. It requires a lot of thinking, and right now, Life Shawl, which requires no thinking. Just reading correctly.
That's fair.
And that's a whole different thing. A whole different thing. So that's what I've been working on. So I considered it a win for the check-in, so Louise, because I made progress. It just wasn't as much as I based on what I really want it to be. Stick this yarn back in the bag with days and punch my microphone. This month, everybody voted for one of my cast-offs. I will be working on progressing on my second Scrappy V shirt out of Midnight Cravings. I recasted it on because I want it. I'm scheduled to make progress. Ideally, I'm on body by next month. It is, however, fingering weight yarn, so like the shoulder increases, I'm not going to get myself. The rows get very long at fingering weight yarn, even with the Scrappy V. Step 1, get through the ribbing. That always takes me the longest. In any sweater, it's ribbing that slows me down. So I'm doing that. It's over there. I'm not going to get up and go get it. She's finally sleeping in her cat tree. I'm not moving. She'll just wake up and start bugging me again.
Don't do it.
She was saying me the other night. She's like, "Oh, are we having salmon for supper? Let me climb in your lap." I'm like, no. I'm having salmon for supper. You need to eat your wet cat food. Cat.
Did she get salmon for supper?
Yes, she got salmon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a sucker. I'm no good at disciplining her. No good at discipline. Okay. Now, I just have whip it or rip it. That's it. I am finally out of things to talk about.
Everybody get your emotional support items. It's time for whip it or rip it.
Everybody, grab your croissants, gird your loins. We got to do this. I'm almost out of my can of... It's fine, I got tea.
All right, what was your thing? I think I got to pick your thing, and I don't even remember what it was. Oh, we were having a Stephen Westhoff.
You literally picked my thing.
I literally picked it. I'm like, I don't know. That was a week ago. I don't remember what happened last Sunday.
I swears. I remember you're doing your Mohairino medley.
Yeah.
Show off some progress.
Westnitz
are. I enjoy his brand. It's so cute.
All right. So my declaration was something like 2 inches?
Yes.
About half an inch. I do not like this one particular section of the shawl. So
you know the rules.
There it is. This was it in all its glory. It's going away now.
Yep. Pull those needles.
Going away.
Pull the needles. Pull the needles.
Hang on. I'm gonna make content out of this. So let me just throw it on the floor for a second, take a picture of it, and then I'll take a picture of all the balls wound up.
Absolutely.
Let me just take a picture for a second, for a hot second.
Half an inch. I mean, at least you recognized it wasn't a thing you were enjoying. I love. It's always such a problem. I love his designs, but they are such pieces of. I have a shawl or two of his I finished. I never wear them anywhere. They're so pretty. I never wear them. So I'm like, oh man.
Okay, so let me
it's
pop
such a commitment.
This stitch marker out of here. Okay, stitch marker gone. I'm gonna.
My earbud doesn't want to sit in my ear today.
Unscrew the
Okay, cool.
needles.
I'm
Unscrew the
sure
other
chat's freaking
needles.
out at this point. Chat's gotta be losing their minds.
All right, and here
My emotional
we.
support ginger ale is
We.
empty.
I said we. There we go. Wait,
You
there's
said
one
we.
string. I said we. We. It's gone. It's off the needles. Haha.
We're done.
String gone.
Oh, okay. You have to rip mohair.
I gotta rip mohair. I'm sad about it.
Oh my god.
I am sad about it because I love this yarn. It's gorgeous and I love this combination. So, like, this set of yarn is going to be something.
Something.
It's going to be something.
But it does work towards your goal of fewer whips.
It does. It does indeed.
And it feels good because it frees up space to cast on something new. Yeah, new.
I do enjoy a new thing.
Why am I leaning over? I put the bag up here so I can talk about
it. There we go. Oh, apparently this isn't such a shocker. Apparently everybody knew this one was happening. Fine, it's not shocking at all.
Well,
Awesome, Jen, it's about time you ripped it. Okay, fine.
It's been a whip for a while.
Yeah,
I don't think
it has.
anyone's sad to see it go. I don't think anyone's sad to see it go.
Mohair is not fun to rip. Yeah, I'm sure it's not. I've got a few rounds until I get there, though.
Okay. That's okay. You picked the Go-Go Dynamo shawl. And then you spent 40 minutes finding the ball of yarn, because I said the only reason I would be held accountable is if you tracked down the right color of yarn, because we all remember I had problems. I was making progress, and then I ran out of ball 1. And then I looked at the shawl, and then I never picked it up. So this hasn't been open since we put the ball of yarn in it.
Does that mean you have to rip it too?
I have to rip it too, yeah. Thursday, I looked at my shawl and I said, I should work on my shawl. I worked on the Oak of Life instead. Friday, I said, you got to work on your shawl. I worked on the Oak of Life. Last night at 2 a.m, I was working on the Oak of Life shawl. Not this. So, good news is I love the two colors together. Bad news is I think it's because I looked at the shawl and because it wasn't string anymore, I'm interested. Is how I think I screwed the pooch on that one.
This is our first double ripping since we started this.
I was like, it'll be fine. Diana doesn't like ripping Stephen West, and she doesn't want to rip. Totally will get her stuff done. It's not a problem.
Nope, here I go, ripping a Stephen West. This one's real annoying to rip. It's not going to get done by the end of the episode. This is going to probably continue on that ripping stream.
Yeah, that's a thing that just occurred to me. So I can't rely on you to is
that yarn going to try to be another Stephen West shawl?
It's a good question.
Probably not a. I don't know what it's going to be, because it is gorgeous and I want to use it together. But I'm learning that Stephen West shawls are perhaps not my jam. Much as I admire them as the works of art they are, I think they are not what I enjoy knitting.
I think I've come to the same conclusion, which is sad because I love the techniques and stuff, right?
Yeah, like they're
just so nice.
They're really fun. And I want to like them, but they're just never what I want to knit.
I this time around, I think it's because I cheated and I looked, and it wasn't a mystery anymore. And if it's a mystery, then for me, all the joy is gone because it's the mystery part. Like, I think I know what I did with this one. So say goodbye.
Bye, shawl.
Bye, shawl. It was nice to know you. Oh my god, you were so much work. And I'm not saying I won't ever go back and pick up the shawl. Very freaking pretty shawl. But not right now. Maybe if I ever figure out how to do the loop technique where you're picking up that stitch 8 rows down. Maybe do that.
Okay, I have got one color detached.
How many colors of not mohair do you have for that shawl?
Arctic Wolf. I'm pretty sure you're Arctic Wolf. This is 4 colors of not mohair. Because you're... I'm reasonably certain I put those back in the correct order.
So even with like a little bit of yardage loss, I'm gonna go with a scrappy shirt, like a scrappy V or something. You could make it into a fingering weight sweater and have all those colors and leave the mohair out.
I even like the I don't know if I like wearing the mohair, but I like the little pop of color. Oh, mohair. Oh, you know fun. Oh, mohair, you know fun.
I don't think it's supposed to be fun. Most people probably don't.
Well, there's A and B detached. And here's some E.
Oh my goodness. Good news is chat can take them off. And then you need a word. You need a word. And I need to do some admin stuff. So I'll do the admin stuff while chat gives you a word. Guys, the program schedule is going to look a little differently. We had to move some stuff around to recording and doing lives on Sundays and Saturdays. This is so that Diana can, spend time with her husband, that, dude she married because she loves him, and actually do things and not have to reschedule because dance likes to happen a lot on Saturday. Fair.
Yeah. There's a lot of workshops and stuff that I'd like to go to this year.
Mm-hmm, yeah. So totally fine. She also, a chunk of her travel days are Saturdays this year.
Also that.
Work and other things.
Non-zero chance on going to weird places to give conference talks this year.
Yeah, non-zero chance. So to help streamline and so that Justin doesn't go crazy, we just moved. We moved the Patreon Enits and the whip sprints to the Sundays. I know this will work fine for some people. It won't work fine for other people because schedules are schedules and there's always complications. We did stick to the noon Manitoba time because that worked. It just works for most time zones and it works for our schedules pretty good too. So we're keeping that, but we have done some changes that way. We do also have made a concentrated effort putting additional stuff in the YouTube membership platform. So if you're a YouTube member, there's going to be more than just gaming in there now. And then we're starting to work on new perks from Patreon, and we're going to work on getting that done as well, that we can start sharing things more consistently and doing stuff on all platforms, because we know not everybody on Patreon wants to be on Discord. So we're trying to spread the love. So we've got all that going on. But you guys a heads up on what's happening. Next month, I know Diana and I are going to be doing a fail. It'll be for Patreon members. Absolutely blatantly inspired by all the other streams place that also do them. It's a very common.
Failing publicly on the internet is a good time.
It is a good time.
It's fun for us. It's fun for people to watch.
It's good all around. So we're doing that next month. Also because Diana has a lot of prep to get through for this month. She's got notions to organize. She's got whips to rip.
Yes, and I need babysitting apparently, or none of these things will happen.
That's fine. I'm happy to babysit you. No problem.
I think that's how it happened last time too. People had to sit and babysit me on the internet.
I believe so, yeah. So we'll be doing that, and then we also.
I keep throwing my little balls of yarn on the ground. This isn't helpful.
Geez, stop doing that. We also need to pick our Whip It or Rip It's for the week to have everybody vote.
Oh yes, we do.
You only get to vote on the lives.
Yes. Okay, let me catch up on this winding, and then I can consult the whip pile and see
at chat, because I can't interact with chat. I'll just talk live into the internet. It's totally fine.
They were talking about Stephen West videos and shawls and stuff.
I love his shawls. They're so damn pretty.
Yeah, and they're not difficult. It's just a lot of little things that combine to make something that's altogether very impressive, but like the individual things are like sometimes a little weird, but they're not hard.
They're not hard. None of it's hard. It's just interesting, right? But I shouldn't have looked because then it wasn't a mystery. Station.
I never wear it though.
I never
Mine's
wear
all greens and golds. I think that's why I don't wear it. It's green and gold, and that's not my color palette. It's a gorgeous shawl. When I redo my space, I want to figure out some way of displaying a shawl or two in the background.
Okay. Sure.
So if you have suggestions about how to display a shawl or two in my background in an aesthetically pleasing manner, I am all ears.
Yeah, all I've got is this wall. That's it. That's the only naked space I've got. Which, I mean, admittedly, I could drape a shawl on that wall and it'd be fine.
Okay.
But I'm not going to. She's off.
Let's see. Nope, I ripped that. That is not a project anymore. That is only spinning.
We've been pretty consistent at getting through these lips.
That's yarn.
Which is really good.
Yarn. Okay, that's a whip. Let's consult the bin.
I don't think I need to worry about the Oak of Life shawl. I'm pretty sure that's
a blanket.
Finish.
Oh gosh, I don't want to do another Stephen West. I don't have brain cells for a Stephen West. That's the blanket I haven't started. Okay, we're actually doing well, and we're getting down to things that are not super started.
Okay. So do 2 inches of progress on a project you know you're...
Well, that needs sleeves. Okay, here's one.
Okay.
That simple summer sweater that I finished to the point of being a t-shirt.
Yes.
I could do one sleeve on
sleeves.
that. I could do one sleeve on that in a week.
Easy. Okay. Oh, yeah, so, like the gauge on that is so loose, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, so a sleeve on that.
And it's no thinking.
Not at all. I have to cast on the right number of stitches and then knit a rectangle.
Yeah, pretty much.
That I can do. That I have brain cells for. That's Shockwaves. That's a blanket I haven't started, so there's nothing to rip if I fail that. That's no good. That's a scrappy blanket. That's a scrappy blanket. That's a scrappy blanket. That's a Stephen West. That's a Stephen West. That's a thing I haven't started, so there's nothing to rip yet.
It's a lot of blankets.
I know. Okay, Shockwaves. That little bit on the Shockwaves shawl wrap that I started.
Oh man.
This is what I've got that's not a Stephen West or not started or a scrappy blanket.
Okay.
So 2 inches on the Shockwaves.
Okay. Or a sleeve.
Or a whole sleeve on the Simple Summer sweater.
Okay.
That is currently a t-shirt.
Do you want to post that as a poll and then...
Yes. Let me
grab some things.
Okay.
I'm going to be unwinding for a while. It's over 200 grams of fingering. This is not going to happen immediately. This is going to take a hot second.
Rip it. One sleeve. 2 inches on Shockwaves.
What do I want to do? A thinking.
There we go.
Like, we know the Oak of Life shawl is going to happen. I literally just said it's all I want to work on. I'm thinking
Sherry says, I think the sweater should remain a tee if it go get so much wear and be more versatile. I mean, like, it's essentially just netting, so... I always did intend to finish putting sleeves on it.
Guys, she's not keeping it.
I don't wear knitted t-shirts. I have a couple and I never wear them.
She's not keeping it. It's going to Miss B.
I love sleeves.
Yeah.
Gotta have sleeves.
Okay. I know what I'm gonna do.
And I've got the word scandalous for later.
Ooh, scandalous.
Yeah. Oh, Jude's suggesting command hooks, like a line and like some pegs, basically a clothesline. For displaying shawls. Sherry says board with pegs and shawls on hangers. Okay. Okay.
I like the command hooks because you technically ran.
Yeah, the only thing is it's wallpaper. And it's very old wallpaper that's not stuck to the wall very well.
Yeah.
So I don't think I should command hook, but I like the clothesline and pegs notion.
Line idea, yeah. That's fair. Okay, there's just rows of unraveling. It's gonna take a hot second because there's a lot. But
wait,
I think
I'm not knitting that. I'm unraveling this. That's what I'm working on.
Just stay. What fell down? Oh,
no, I will not stay. It says.
Knitting needle. I don't even. Here you go. Taking bets now that's still going to be there in a week.
Oh, absolutely, it will be. But also, you will have lost it.
I will have lost it. So when I'm looking for my format next week, someone remind me. Thanks.
Someone remind you it's literally behind you?
Well, it's not like I can see it. You know, what am I going to do? I'm going to do the thing that annoys my mother, and I'm going to grab 2 projects.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
Talk with chat.
Wind. Oh, gosh. Got so many votes on this, but the one sleeve on my simple summer sweater is seriously in the lead. I strongly suspect I'm going to be doing that. Which suits me just fine, because that's a nice, easy knit. And it's a thing I'd like to have done for the spring. Because, like, it's just so easy to just throw on top of a sleeveless thing, because you wear a sleeveless thing outside, and then you go inside, and there's air conditioning, and then maybe you want a sleeve, but not too much of a sleeve, you know? Or I just wear it outside and get very interesting tan lines. So the poll's been up for 3 minutes, so I'll leave it up for another minute or 2, and then we'll call it.
Okay, I have my 2 things, so we're good to go.
All right. What are your 2 things? And then when we're done talking about that, I'll finish my poll and start yours.
Hang on. I needed to have a sip of tea.
Hydration? Ugh.
Hydration. Why didn't I pull the finished sample one over here while I was out? I swear to God. Some days.
I can't help you.
My brain and I do not get along. Do I work on and finish the squares and potentially just finish the squares is the primary goal, or finish the making of another crocheted bag. So I have done this bag before. It was pink squares and gray yarn. I think we've shown the bag. We showed it last week. Yeah. But this will be a gray and blue version. So do I
cute little granny
finish
square
the squares and then stretch goal finish the bag? Or do I put in some work on my which lives in my new jack bag? I got so many bags this year. I'm so stoked. So many bags.
Yeah, you're not lacking for bags anymore.
I know, it's so good. I'm so happy. Or do I put 2 inches of progress in on my wood woes? I am the Borg wood woes.
Ooh. Also, vaguely related. Maybe this yarn wants to be a wood woes, because I have been thinking about wanting to make a wood woes.
That's what I was thinking. You could do a scrappy wood and just change colors every 2 to 4 inches. Same thing you did with your Tulsa tank.
I kind of like how this marls together in the little micro stripes, so I might do the micro stripes thing, honestly.
Yeah, you could do the micro stripe things for sure.
And just whenever I get tired of one color, put it away.
Yeah. I use 4 to make a full sleeved wood woes at my site. So even with the bits that you've lost, you have plenty of yarn to do it.
I'm not even necessarily losing the bits.
Am I inside out? Am I right? No, this is right side out. You'll have lost a little bit.
Ripping wood woes would hurt. It would.
Yes, it would. It is a risk.
Okay. I'm going to end my poll and start your poll. So my poll has ended with 59% of viewers voting for finishing the sleeve on my simple summer sweater. So that is what I will be doing this week.
But I also have a green summer skirt and a black summer skirt because
Oh,
they're knee length. That would look really cute with this. So there is some reasoning method to my madness. And I know once
okay.
I
Your
get
first
onto the
one
body,
was
it'll be a lot easier. It's that we're doing the quizzes. A blue and gray bag.
squares for bag. And this one is 2 inches on wood woes sweater.
I forgot to put my eye drops in this morning, so my eyeball is.
Oh, and also
Weirdly, it's
reminding us that we
watering
have to be done
'cause
by
it's dry.
Friday because we're back to recording this week.
Yes,
So we
I am
have a
aware
shorter.
it's 2
We only have
days.
5 days this time.
We have 5 days this time because we record on.
I'm very glad I only have to do a very simple sleeve.
I said 2 inches, essentially 11 squares. Both are still achievable as soon as I get the Oak of Life shawl done.
Because that's just not going to let you go.
It's not letting me go, so I need to get that finished as soon as possible. But sleeve can be done in and around work meetings. Both of these can be done in my work stuff this week too. So for both of us, we're not setting ourselves up for failure. The West was a bit of a stretch last week of the year, first week of the new year. I was like, oh boy, okay. I think the Go-Go Dynamo shawl would look really good in chocolate brown and neutral beige.
Oh, yeah, do it as like a high contrast but neutral colors.
Yeah, rather than with the changes in the variegation and stuff, because it's such a sharp picture that it creates.
Oh, chat's so perfectly split down the middle on your pole right now. Yours is
Are you going to be the
tiebreaker? Maybe. I mean, it's only been up for a minute, so I'll leave yours up for 5 minutes, give everybody a chance to vote. But yeah, we need a tie-breaking vote. I'm gonna have to figure out what my vote is.
Do you want to do an unscripted Patreon ad while poll does its thing?
Well, poll does its thing? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So the only word I got this time, unless I've missed one, was scandalous.
Ooh. That's the only one you said to me.
Yes. I said it out loud so that I've already lost in chat. Yes, there we go. Scandalous. And then we're talking about Stephen West, and I haven't missed any others. Okay, so scandalous.
Okay.
Chat's being so kind to me today. I only have to do one word. If you would like to financially support these shenanigans, you can do so at patreon.com/northernitspodcast. Any level of support gets you access to our patron-only Discord server, where we chat about all manner of things such as scandalous art on project bags that I get for Jocelyn.
Yeah.
This is an aside, but I started following the artist on Instagram as well, and their whole thing is just like adorable gay men art, like cartoon art, and it's great. So I can share that. I can share that in the Patreon Discord for anybody that's interested.
Please do. I need to go follow them.
The Firebird Yarns commissions this artist to every year to do another man for their collection.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I need that in my life. I mean,
it's fantastic.
Said you for like any of our YouTube channel, any of our stuff. They're very me. That's fine.
Right,
also,
that was the thing about Patreon.
Also sends me AI generated men.
Oh, they must be very pretty.
They are, but I don't know how they function. I'm like, oh, you did not get your proportions correct. It's fine. It makes me laugh, which is back to Patreon.
Yes, this coming up Saturday, I'm doing a stream for Patreon. The ripping stream?
You are?
Yes.
Yes.
I have that correct?
Dude, you made the calendar.
I know, and I haven't looked at the calendar today. This Saturday, I'm doing a Patreon exclusive stream where I rip my pile of stuff. I will be continuing to rip this Stephen West shawl on that stream.
Oh, yes.
Among many other things. Things that have been sitting in that pile since I chose not to continue them last year's State of the Whip.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not
I'm going to get back
we're not
so
talking,
much yarn.
We're not talking this December's.
Oh no, we're talking last year.
We're talking 2023, people.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, we are.
There's
That's
some problems in there.
That's been sitting long enough to deal with.
Yeah. And then the following Saturday, I will be doing a YouTube memberships exclusive stream wherein I organize my notions.
Mm-hmm. I'll be there for that too.
Eventually I'll get around to organizing the yarn, and I think that'll just be a big public stream.
I think
at some point
yeah.
that is not scheduled yet. I think that's maybe scheduled for February.
It's scheduled for later. Like when I mean rescheduled, I mean we sat down for scheduled the whole year.
Yeah, we scheduled a whole year, and I don't remember. I don't remember where all we scheduled things. There will be a yarn organizing stream, not in January, but there will be a YouTube members exclusive stream where I organize my notions. So like all the cute new stitch markers I got those are so shiny they don't even show up on camera. They're snowflakes. Trust me, they're iridescent snowflakes. There we go. White
they're
balance.
Really
Thank
shiny.
you. Yeah, they are.
They're really shiny.
But we'll be going through like all of my stitch markers and knitting needles and just all of my stuff, my little notions, and we'll be organizing all of that.
So then you'll know for sure what you have.
Yes.
Which will be good.
All right, your poll has been up for 6 minutes now, and it is still perfectly split down the middle, so I think I get to decide again.
Well, Diana, what am I working on this? You are the tie-breaking vote.
I think...
I'm
gonna end this poll here.
Yeah, I know, I gotta take my drop.
Bonk. So, tie-breaking vote. I'm gonna say finish the squares for the bag, because the bag is closer to being done.
Okay, finish the squares for the bag.
Finishes.
I do like finishes. All right, perfect.
And I don't want to see the wood woes get ripped. I would cry.
That is fair. You would cry? Okay.
I would cry.
So finish the squares for the blue and gray bag. Stretch goal. Finish the bag. Duly noted. All right. In which case, I can do an outro, and we're good. While I continue to rip a lot of shawl. Didn't even pick it up.
Shawl. I haven't. I'm almost done.
I was so sure
ripping a section. I'm almost done ripping one section,
and it would just be me.
Carnage this week.
I was like, there is no way. There is no way she's not going to try to. She wants that.
I kept thinking, I should pick that up, and I'm like, I really don't want to. So, if I really don't want to, it's not going to happen. So, we'll let it go. We will let it go. Nothing says I can't try again at some later date, but
Past Jocelyn is going to be so mad.
It's that one particular section in the, I like all the other sections in this wrap just fine. It's that one particular section because there's no yarn overs or anything to line up my increases and decreases against. They're just mysteriously there, and it's difficult to read the knitting, and I have to count everything, and I can't even put in stitch markers very easily because it doesn't line up row to row, the repeats, and that section does not flow. I do not like it. That's why I put it down in the first place. And that's why I didn't work on it this time.
We're closer to Newcastle.
I am learning things, and I am admitting them to myself.
Which is good.
And we're improving. We're going to improve the finish rate by giving up on things but by not wasting time on things we're never going to finish. There we go. I got another little ball of yarn out. What color are you?
Okay. You're going to have to cast on some things you pile. Or the scrappy blankets are going to be all you have left.
I know. I'm going to end up with 5 or 6 blanket whips. That was not intentional. But apparently that's what we're doing. It's my year of blankets. I'm doing blankets this year.
Duly noted. I mean, I knew I was doing, but I was sort of setting up to do blankets as of September.
And I think...
All right.
I think I've now brought my whip total down to 13. I'm going to make a spreadsheet this week so I can actually properly track and update people every week on how I'm doing on that 5 to 6 whips goal.
Why don't we add it into the spreadsheet of Doom? Because that's a project we're working on in the background.
Oh, did I not add it to this? I don't think I did. It's on a sticky note here, and it's on my own personal spreadsheet of Doom.
Ooh.
To-do list of Doom, whatever. I spent my New Year's Eve planning out my personal goals for the year.
Which is good.
Which is great. I feel super organized, and I've got lots of little things to do this week that will put me off on the
we
right
know
foot.
mine is more snacks, more nap.
Yeah, I gotta look into private dance lessons this week because my goals for my dance goals for the year are to get more points.
Yeah.
And
you were
dance with
talking
more
about that. You want to do
pros.
more of those. Yes.
And I want to not embarrass myself when I dance with said pros.
I think that's a wonderful idea. Well, you're enjoying it, and it's bringing, and it's giving you some physical
so much
activity.
joy.
Why wouldn't you do it?
Yeah, so I'm going to do it even more.
That's why I swim as often as I can. It brings me joy. That physical activity is just the bonus.
I have ripped one and a little bit sections.
One and a little bit of sections. Guys, I'm going to do an outro.
Okay.
So Diana can be
Karen
freed.
says thank you for choosing the Scratty Squares and not the Woodwoes. It was making her anxious.
Thank you for saving the wood.
Okay, I'm going to stuff this all back in this bag and throw this all back in the pile of doom because we're going to address that later. We'll address this on next weekend.
This is how we got to a big pile.
I can ignore this until next weekend. Yeah, that's a large pile.
Guys.
I'm going to get like 4 square feet of floor space back. It's bad.
My God.
It's bad. I know.
That's bad, Diana.
I know. That's why you're all going to babysit me while I deal with it.
Oh my God.
I need to be babysat to make it happen. Whoa. I want my floor space back.
Holy schnickerdoodles.
I know.
Okay, and then in which case, I'm going to say until the next time you go, I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you, don't forget to craft.
Craft. Why? I got it right when I was there. Ah!